Alright, hey there. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize for the mic quality. It's a bit out of my control, so let's get this started. A brief history of Haitian monarchy. So, back in the 1700s, the map of Europe looks roughly like this, right? With Napoleon whacking all the states and what such. So we're going to talk about this tiny little island called Santo Domingo, which at the time was known for two things, and that was sugar and almost sounding like flamingo. Right, so this dude here, his name is Desarles, which I am 100% sure I'm not saying his name right, but you know what, we're going to move past that, because he decided he wanted to be emperor of all Haiti. Unfortunately for the Haitian population, he wasn't all that good at it, and he was known for two things, and that was killing an awful lot of French people. In fact, he massacred the whole thing. Just the women and the children, too. All of the sand people gone. Right, so, and getting his ribs pushed in by his own imperial guard because he was so bad. Not even the Roman emperors achieved that one. Right, so these two chuckleheads here, the one on the left became king in the north, and the one on the right became the president of the south after they gave him the Alexander treatment and divided his empire. Right, so with this rough map and brief coverage of it, this was pretty much what it looked like for almost 11 years. Now, the rest of the island was roughly under Haitian control, but it was entirely unpopulated except for the little bit on the end, and we're not going to talk about that one yet. Right, so after that 11-year period, the president of the South died of natural causes after he kicked the bucket, right? But then the king in the North was not to be outdone, so he punted the bucket to far left field after blowing his brains out, fearing his own assassination and deposement. And then 11 days after this, his heir and prince of the Northern Kingdom of Haiti got the Assassin's Creed treatment and was murdered in the streets. Right, so in a feat only ever to be rivaled by the Muppets Take Manhattan's very own Back Together Again number, Santo Domingo was once again united. Okay, but things were going a bit too well for the Haitian people, because one dictator later, the empire was back, with the second Haitian emperor, Faustin I. Now, I want to say that, well, he did look an awful lot like this. His actions lead me to believe that in reality he may have looked something like this. So, with that in mind, we need to talk about how the Dominican Republic seceded from the island after they decided that they also liked to build nations. This was the population we were talking about on the tip earlier, but I didn't want to give any spoilers. Right, so, after a very brief military expedition to reconquer the island that ended when his 30,000-man army had entered just 12 miles into Dominican territory, was fired at by a 12-man militia hiding out in a hotel. The entire thing retreated. Yeah, the entire 30,000-man army retreated. Nice going, Faustin. But wait, there's more, because after he was deposed, almost 100 years later, the Americans decided they didn't quite like what was going on in Haiti, being that it was just a stone's throw away from the sunny beaches of Florida, and they invaded for a democracy reinstallment. Nobody bought it. So on this tiny little island here, there was a military major, alright, for the Marines called Faustin Wicarus, and he decided it was a good idea to save a native girl from quicksand, of all things. And the native girl turned out to be the queen of the island. Yeah, I couldn't make this up even if I wanted to. So she went back to her people, and because his name was Faustin, and because the last emperor's name was Faustin, there's no such thing as coincidence to these people, because they named him emperor. Well, king, but emperor of Haiti and king of Lagonave. Right, so Faustin II, who was basically Gilligan at this point, actually led for almost 5 years, which was longer than the first Haitian emperor, and maybe there was something to that whole name being a good basis for government, because, well, it worked, and he was quite possibly one of the best leaders the Haitian people had at that point. Please don't fail me. Okay, just ignore this last bit here. I can't